All right, good morning. So find yourself a comfortable chair, as always. Chairs are sturdy and no wheels on the chairs, particularly today when we do our stability fall prevention pose. We do not want roly-polies on our chair. All right, so we're gonna begin this morning. I just wanna talk a little bit about breathing. I was listening to NPR last night, or a couple nights ago, and there was a gentleman who wrote a book, and it's all about breathing and how important our breath is and how complex the whole breathing system is to serve our body. And so I'm just gonna do a couple things that stuck out in my mind were the importance of breathing through our nose. And I know that I talk a lot about that, and it's not just because, of yoga. It's just incredibly important in all aspects of life, the more that they study it. There's a lot of membranes in your nose. There's little hair follicles that filter. There's a whole system as the air goes into your nose and gets warmed and filtered and then eventually makes it down to your lungs. So it's actually filtered air. It's like, if you have an environment that's not necessarily clean and you get a HEPA filter for your house, it's like that. And it's so healthy for you because we're breathing in and out, obviously, all day long, every day. So breathing in and out of our nose. And some people may say that they have a hard time breathing in and out of their nose. It's plugged or whatever. One of the statistics that stuck out to me is she said that about 70% of us have some kind of a deviated septum. So, it makes it a little more difficult. But our nose is almost like a muscle. And if we don't use it, we lose it. So he said if you practice breathing in slowly through your nose and breathing out slowly through your nose, you'll find that over time, it'll get easier and easier. And then eventually it'll just become your natural way. That's how you naturally will breathe. So I encourage all of you to always practice, if you can, breathing in and out of your nose. Yeah, and if that's definitely not possible, then certainly through the mouth. But just give that a chance. The second thing that stuck out with me, we're going to practice this, is diaphragmatic breathing. So we have right below our rib cage here a diaphragm, it's a muscle. Some people call it almost a second heart, right? And so when we breathe in, that diaphragm presses down to allow oxygen to come into our lungs. And when we breathe out, it pushes up to exhale the oxygen. Basically, that's very, the basic reason for that diaphragm. So we have learned in society that we breathe in and we suck in. And when we do that, we're restricting that diaphragm to give us more space to breathe deeper. So we're going to just practice as we breathe. And you can bring your hands, we'll just do a couple of breaths with our hands on our stomach. And I just want you to picture that, let's just close our eyes and just picture that muscle. Again, it's a huge muscle. It's really strong. It's right underneath your rib cage. And so just relax your shoulders, relax your arms. You can have even just one hand on the stomach. Yeah. And then take a nice big breath in and breathe out. All right, and just notice, right? And now just picture as you breathe in, I want you to relax your belly, relax that whole lower area of your body as if you want to get as much oxygen in there. And then as you exhale, press gently into your stomach to help that oxygen get released. Yeah. All right. A couple more breaths here. Just breathe in, relax everything, fill up your belly. And then as you exhale, press that belly in. Press a little bit in and up, as if you're guiding that diaphragm or helping it. So it elongates and it pushes up. As you inhale, it spreads out wide to give some space. And as you exhale, it elongates and pushes that oxygen out of your mouth and your nose. All right, a couple more breaths here. Just picturing that, again, some people call it a second heart. So it helps that breath, it helps that life force energy breath. And then as you exhale, just go ahead and relax your body and bring your hands onto your lap. Good. And then just wiggle out the shoulders a little bit. Third thing that I want to talk about is elongating your breath. And this is a practice. So we're going to try to breathe through our nose, and just the breath is really no struggle. It's just nice and relaxed and long. And so on an inhale breath, you're going to slowly breathe in through your nose. You can relax that belly, and then exhale out the nose as slow as you can. So the ultimate goal is we're going to breathe in for 5.5 seconds and breathe out for 5.5 seconds. So just continue at your own pace, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, half. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. Breathe in. Keep going at your own pace. So 5 is too much for you today. Do 4, whatever it is, as long as you can. But remember to relax your body. Relax your shoulders as you're breathing. Nice and slow and long and even. Yeah. And just notice as you breathe in, the breath in helps us to elongate and to energize because it's bringing oxygen in. And the exhale breath helps us to relax and push all the stale air out and detoxify our body. An incredible machine. So just do 3 more nice, long, deep breaths, breathing in all the way. Let that belly relax so the diaphragm can spread out. And as you exhale, press the belly in to help push that diaphragm up and push out all that stale air. It's just this constant exchange. Yeah, bringing in oxygen and exhaling the spent oxygen, carbon dioxide. Or carbon monoxide. I always screw that one up. Good. And then on your next exhale breath, just go ahead and relax and release everything. Just come back to your natural breath. With eyes still closed here, in yoga we call this making an intention a sankalpa, right? And there's a lot of unrest going on in the world right now. We can probably energetically feel it sometimes. And so we're going to make, if you'd like, a sankalpa this morning, or an intention. And basically what it is just sending out an intention for what you want to have happen, right? An intention of maybe blessing all of the police forces that are having to deal with all these riots, an intention for peace and love and harmony, and just sending that out for our practice this morning. Yes, because we're little beacons, energetic beacons, and we can feel the unrest, and we can also send out peace. Yeah, we can send out those vibes, basically, for whatever it is that you want to dedicate your practice to this morning. Good. All right, and then you can either keep your eyes closed or you can open your eyes, but we're just going to start to move around, move the body around. So with our neck, we're going to take a big breath in, and as you exhale, you're going to drop your chin to your chest. Feel your shoulders reach back slightly and melt down your back. And then roll your head over to the right. Press into your feet gently to lift your head up, and exhale the head over to the left and drop your head forward. So just begin to make nice slow circles in whatever direction you started. Yeah, notice what's going on. Maybe the circles start small and they get a little bit bigger, following breath to movement. So inhaling up and exhaling to the other side. And when you exhale, drop the chin to chest, pause, and just reverse. Yeah, so just start to reverse the circles, opposite direction, and just make this feel nice. You can bring a little smile to your face. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Yeah, relax and feel this nice and stretchy. Good. And then exhale, drop your chin to your chest. Good. Press into your feet as you slowly float your head straight back forward. Good. And then relax your arms down alongside your chair. Now, I don't know what kind of chair you have. You could have handles. So if you have handles outside of the chair, relax your arms. Inhale, let's lift those shoulders up, elongate our spine doing this. And then glide your hands back and melt your shoulder blades down. Let's just do a couple more. Inhaling up and back and exhaling down and forward. And one more. Inhale up and back and exhale. Just relax and wiggle it out. All right, let's float our arms out in front of us. Good. Spread your fingers wide and glide your hands out to the side. Try to keep your hands flat. And then here's the fun part. Try to draw your fingers towards each other with flat hands. So we're gliding. Most of the movement is coming just at your wrists and your hands, and just stretching out the muscles in our hands. And then bring your fingers forward, lift your fingers up, spread your fingers wide, and draw your fingers out to the side and down, and then up and in. Yeah, that always feels good to me. And down and in. And you're breathing down and in. Good. And relax. Relax your arms, just float them down. And now we're going to roll our shoulders forward. Yeah, so back and up and forward and down. Let's roll out the shoulders. Nice and slow, big breaths. Literally, if you sat here and just did some nice deep breathing through the nose for this hour, that would be an amazing class. Yeah, my teacher one time, I remember he did an hour class. Okay, we're going to draw your arms out to either side, and it was a knowledge series. Out to either side, lift your fingers up and push into your palms. And literally for the entire hour, he just sat and did breathing and said nothing. And it's amazing what happens in your mind. Like, when is he going to start talking? Why isn't he talking? And it was really interesting. An hour. And breathe. Good. And then exhale. Relax the arms as you float them back down. Good. And let's just shake them out. Good. All right, coming to the tops of our hands. So we're going to hinge at our hips a little bit, press your belly forward, and we're going to bring the tops of our hands with our elbows out to the side, laying them onto our sides. Right. If you want to curl your fingers in, that feels okay. We're just stretching the tops of our hands here. Good. And then release your fingers out. Good. And then maybe keeping your hands right where they are, the crease of the wrist hopefully is right, still touching your knee. You're going to slowly start to lift your body up just a little bit, and the elbows start to straighten just a little bit until you get this nice stretch on the top of your hands. Yeah. All right. And a couple breaths here. And then bring your body back forward, and then flip your hands over one at a time. Good. And lift your body back up, and then again roll. That's that's very not common that we stretch the top of our hands and wrists, so that's good for us. Okay, arms again down alongside our body. We're going to turn the thumbs back, so we're going to rotate those shoulders back. Good. We're going to press into our feet and slowly float your fingertips all the way up towards the sky. Good. And now once you get up top, I want you to clasp your hands, just clasp them above your head. Take a breath in and exhale, float your hands just to hover right above your head. Good. And then inhale, start to straighten. Again, this is a stretch for the top of the hand. Straighten the elbows as much as you can. And then exhale, float those interlaced fingers right so you can lay them on your head too. That sometimes feels good. And one more. Stretch up. Good. And bend. Hands float to the head. All right, here we're going to Flip our palms up towards the sky. Good. Reach your elbows back and then press into your feet and see how much you can straighten those elbows, reaching, right? And so pressing into your feet and stretch that whole side body. Feel your waist float up off your hips. Nice long stretch. This is really nice for our diaphragm and for our breathing as well. And then exhale, slowly float the hands. Now the palms are still flipped up. And now we're going to flip the palms forward. And we're going to bring our hands to the back of our skull. Good. And relax the shoulders. Reach your elbows back and lift your chin, dropping your head into your hands slightly. That should be a nice stretch for your pec muscles, right under your arms, even down your side body. Good. And then slowly bring the head back forward. Keeping your hands where they are, you're going to start to draw your elbows towards the front. Good. And then again, lean your head back, lift your elbows as much as you can up towards the ceiling. Yeah, and breathe. So just take these poses to where it feels good. The minute you start to strain, if something doesn't feel good, then you are no longer practicing yoga. So you just come out of it and find that sweet spot for yourself. And then on an exhale breath, just bring that head back up. Fan your elbows slowly back out. Gently unclasp your hands behind your head and through cactus, right, bent elbows, slowly float your hands down. Yeah, once the elbows are down, then release the hands down. And again, just roll out however it feels good. Good, 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 rolling it out. Okay, if you are not already sitting forward in your chair, coming to sit a little bit further forward in our chair, and we're gonna bring our legs out wide. So we're gonna get a little bit here into our inner thighs. Good. All right, so we're gonna start with your right hand and we're gonna bring it across to the thigh. Relax the left arm, just reach it, let it hang down. So you see my body's turned to the side a little bit. I'm gonna square my shoulders forward, right? So wherever your fingers are on that thigh, it's gonna just give you a little leverage. You're gonna turn your left palm out, thumb back. You're gonna press into your feet. And you're gonna slowly lift your arm up towards the sky. Good. Straight elbow if that's possible. If you need to cactus your arm here, that's fine as well. You're gonna take a big breath in, hang on to that thigh as you exhale, reach up and then lean over. Yeah. And then maybe turn your gaze underneath that left arm and breathe. Good. For 2, for 1. Now keeping your body where it is, you're gonna take the left hand, you're gonna slowly float it down in front of your body and drop it onto your right thigh. So you're gonna grab your right thigh. And now you're gonna lift your body straight back up so you're seated with your arms crossed. Yeah, you're gonna take a big breath in and on an exhale breath, just round your back and drop your head. That should just feel nice, just a little stretch for our back. Good. And then inhale, slowly lift your body back up, get a nice tall spine. Now we're gonna let go with our right hand and bring our right arm down alongside our body. Left hand is holding now onto the right thigh. Turn your left palm out, your right palm out, and then press down into your feet and slowly float that right arm up towards the sky. And then stretch up nice and tall. Big breath in. And as you exhale, lean up and then over. You don't have to come over far. It's more important for you to keep that right shoulder back a little bit. Maybe you look underneath the right arm. Find your breath. Nice big breath here. Good. And now on an exhale breath, slowly float that right arm down. Your body's still leaned over. So just drop your right arm slowly and grab onto that left thigh. And then press into your feet gently to lift your body straight back up so you're crisscrossed again on the opposite side. Big breath in and on an exhale breath, round your back, drop your head. Maybe tuck your pelvis under slightly as well. Good, and then press down into your feet and slowly come back up. All right, we're gonna release the right hand and let the right hand come next to the left hand on that right thigh. We're gonna come into a twist here. So first we wanna get a tall spine. So press into your feet, draw the top of your head up towards the sky. As you exhale, relax the body a bit, and then press into your feet, especially that left foot, and just twist and look over your right shoulder. Well, that should feel good. So this is challenging for that diaphragm, right? Because we're in a twist mode here. So do your best to just draw a nice long breath in, belly's relaxed. And as you exhale, relax the breath and twist a little bit more, right? Getting rid of toxins. So we're gonna do a few more of forward bends today. Forward bends are cooling poses. And next time you exhale, relax and slowly let go of the thigh and slowly come forward. And just to do a counter pose here, we're gonna bring both hands to the outside of that left thigh. We're gonna look forward first. We're gonna get a nice tall spine. Take a big breath, and on an exhale breath, start to relax and twist over to the left. And breathe, find your breath. Nice big deep breath. Have your breath be your music. Yeah. You can use Ujjayi breath anytime you have it, if you have it in your practice. It's a little slight restriction of the back of your throat, which also helps us to slow the breath, breathe deep. Next time you exhale, relax everything and slowly come back to center. Good. And then we're gonna toe heel your feet back to hip distance apart. I wanna do one more pose here. Let's do a little cat-cow for our spine. We did a little cat pose here. Let's do the cow part. So hands onto our thighs. Good, and inhale. Let's just feel your chest reach forward slightly. Feel your shoulders reach back. Even slide your hands up to the very top of your thighs. So this is a little back bend for our spine. And then exhale, slide your hands forward to the front of your knees. Drop your head and see if you can reach your back, the middle of your spine, to the back of your chair towards. And then press down into your feet and slowly bring your body back up. All hands all the way up to the top of your thighs. Reach your elbows back, look up. And exhale, round it out, slide the hands forward. Good. And slowly come straight back up. Good. All right, I think we're gonna do our breath of joy when we stand up. So we're gonna make our way to a stand. I like to slide my heels back a little bit. I'm gonna lean forward on the last part of our practice today. We're gonna be doing a chair stand. So we're gonna press down into our feet and slowly stand. That could be kind of, all right. So I'm gonna just make sure you can see my head. Good, all right. So coming to the back of our chair. Good, all right. So you always have this chair here. If you can remain in your seat and do all these poses seated as well. All right, so we're gonna relax our body. We're gonna turn both palms out. We're gonna press into our toes. And we're gonna float our arms out and up. Good. Just like we did when we were seated, stretch the fingers up, interlace your fingers above your head. Good. Bend at your elbows. Good. So now, again, hands are floating above our head. So now we're going to unlace our hands and either grab onto our wrists, or if it's available to you, clasp your elbows, opposite elbows. And if that's not working for you, maybe your forearms, wherever you can. What I'd like you to do, though, is move your biceps back. So if your biceps are forward here, maybe you need to slack off a little bit on the hands, come to your forearms or your fingers, and reach those hands back. So we want those biceps right in line with the ears. Relax your rib cage. The rib cage tends to poke up here. So relax that down. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, just slide your hips to the left and lean over to the right. Good. Again, just make this feel so nice on you. Press down into your feet, slowly come back up, and exhale over to the left. Good. And inhale, come back up. Let's do that one more time. Exhale over to the right. Maybe you come another half an inch further, maybe not. And inhale, press into those toes. And exhale to the left. And inhale, stand straight up tall. And then just let go of what you're holding, your elbows or your forearms. Come through cactus pose. Try to relax those shoulders. The arms have been up there for a little bit. So relax the shoulders as you float your arms down. Good. And then just roll the shoulders out. Good. All right, we're going to work our knees a little bit here. I'm going to take my chair so that you can see what I'm doing here away, but you can keep your chair there. You might have to step back just a little bit. So we're just going to take our hands onto our thighs, and we're going to start to slide your hands down to your knees. Yeah, so we're basically stooped forward a little bit, right? So with your hands on your knees here, your feet, maybe you're about 4 inches apart, 4 to 6 inches. We're literally just going to start to very slowly rotate the knees. So this is a nice stretch, and it gets that synovial fluid running around in our knees. Or it just gets all the muscles around your knees to feel like they're getting a little bit of movement. And then reverse, go the opposite direction. This is a nice, safe, and again, if any of this feels uncomfortable or you're getting any sharp pain, back off and just don't do it. Just breathe with us or just do it a little bit. Good. All right, then come back to center, press down into your feet. Slowly bring your body back up. Good. Wiggle out any tension, maybe kick opposite arm, opposite leg. Good. All right, coming to a little bit wider stance. Good. So feet are on an angle, 2 and 10 o'clock. We're going to do an opening up of our, again, an inner thighs here. And then we're going to start to, again, slide the hands down, maybe it's towards the inside of your thighs. As you press your thighs back, yeah, so we want the knees to end up, and maybe draw the heels forward slightly so that your knees are stacked pretty much right above the heels. Good. And then again, pressing forward with the chest, leaning the body forward, and just rock the body side to side. Again, find your place, right? If you're doing yoga like I'm doing it, then you're doing it not correctly for your body, because we're all so completely different. So just find a way for this to feel like a nice stretch. Next time you come to the right, we're going to pause. Maybe if you want to lift those left toes up, and then drop your toes gently if you did, and then glide over to the left and lift your right toes up and drop your right toes down, coming back to center. Press into your toes. The more active your feet are, the easier it is on your knees. So press into your toes, into your feet to slowly straighten your knees. Good. And then bring your toes in, heels, toes, heels, toes, heels. Good. All right. So staying back to right at the back of your chair, we're going to come into a nice little sun salutation here. We haven't done that in a little while, but just nice and easy. I know it's hot outside. I don't know if you have air conditioning, if you're warm, so just make it nice and easy, right? So we're going to begin with our hands into prayer position. Good. On an inhale breath, we're going to step out to the right and make a big star. Good. Our feet are forward, not on an angle anymore. Now toes are forward. And then we're going to soften your knees and exhale. You're going to bow your body forward. Be mindful that you don't hit your head on your chair. And you're going to, as if you're diving into a nice cold swimming pool. Yeah, maybe reach your arms up and back, up and forward. And then as you drop your hands, start to lift your body back up. Start to straighten your knees and just gently come back to center as elegantly as you can. Yeah, doesn't have to be pretty though. Inhale out to the left, nice star. Good. Exhale again, take those almost like airplane arms, right? Draw them back and maybe up and over your head. Don't have to come very far, or you can, depending on your body. Inhale, slowly bring the body back up as you start to straighten your knees and bring your legs together and your hands together. It's like a candlestick. And exhale, hands to heart. I'm going to do that a couple more times. So inhale out, exhale, dive forward, soften the knees, arms up and over. Inhale as you straighten the knees, bring the hands together, legs together. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale out to the left. Exhale, dive forward. Good. Inhale, slide everything to the middle. Exhale, hands to heart. One more. Inhale out. Exhale, soften those knees to dive forward. Maybe you reach your hands a little bit more forward. Inhale, slowly and just comfortably come back to center. And exhale, hands to heart. And last one, inhale. Exhale, dive forward. Good. Inhale, body together. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. Relax the arms down, wiggle it out. Kick opposite arm, opposite leg. Shake the hands. Nice. Good. Okay. We're going to come into what's called the breath of joy. This is a nice forward fold. So forward folds are more cooling postures. Back bends are more heating. So we're not going to do too many back bends today for the heat. All right. So feet are gentle. I'm going to just slide my chair out here. So feet are a little bit wider than hip distance apart. And we're basically going to start by just resting our hands onto our shoulders, crisscross. Yeah. And then on an inhale breath, you're going to straighten your knees, reach your arms up, open them up wide, look up. Good. Big breath in. And on an exhale breath, we're going to bring our hands back to our shoulders, drop our head, maybe round forward, bend those knees. And then inhale, press into the legs, straighten the knees as your arms float up and open. Big breath in, breath of joy. Now opposite arm on top as you fold forward. So just bring the opposite arm on top and just bend forward, little forward bend. And then a couple more. Inhale, straighten the knees. As your arms reach up and out, make this look just pretty and elegant. Opposite hand on top now. Just crisscross arms opposite way as you come forward. Just relax forward, bend the knees. Last one. Inhale, big breath in. So much space for that diaphragm and those lungs. And exhale, opposite arm on top as you round forward. Good. And then keeping your hands where they are, press into your feet and just slowly bring your body back up. Good. And relax your arms. Good. All right. And just if your heart started to beat here a little bit, just catch your breath, move around, do a little march, wiggle your body out, shake off any of the tension that you may have grabbed in any of these poses. Good. Okay. So coming into a little bit of a back bend. So feet about 4 to 6 inches apart, your hip distance, which is about 2 of your fists. Good. Arms down alongside your body. Good. And then we're just going to glide your hands back behind you. Again, almost like if we bent our knees, we could dive into water. We're not going to use our upper body forward. We're going to clasp our hands behind our back. So you're clasping your hands behind your back here. You can bend your elbows up a little bit higher. That might make it a little easier if you have tight shoulders. Yeah, so just find a place for your hands to land somewhere along your spine. Yeah, good. And maybe the palms touch, and if that's uncomfortable, it's just the fingers that are interlaced. All right, take a big breath in. Try to relax your shoulders as you exhale. And then start to slide your hands. Just let them glide down your spine, past your waist, past your sacrum. And as you're breathing, your hands are melting towards the floor. Relax the shoulders. If the shoulders start to get tight, pause, relax the shoulders, and continue on with your hands descending towards the floor. If that's comfortable for you. Until your arms, maybe the elbows are nice and straight, and then lift the chin. Elbows don't have to be straight. Lift the chin. And if you're feeling completely sturdy here with no problem at all, maybe you float your eyes closed. Yeah, press those toes into the floor slightly. Feel the chest open. Feel the shoulders relax back. This is also an incredible pose for all the forward task work that we do. Gardening, computers, cell phones, eating, cooking, all those forward things for our shoulders. This is an opposite stretch for that. Okay. If you did float your eyes closed, Go ahead and flutter your eyes open. Good. I want you to relax your hands, relax your shoulders, and simply just unclasp your hands behind you. Good. And roll out the shoulders. Good. And shake out the hands. Very nice. Okay. So we're just going to practice our chair pose here because our fall prevention class, we're going to do some strength training a little bit. It's going to involve our whole lower body, right? So our chair pose here is you can feel free to have your fingertips on the chair. And we're simply, again, toes are pointed forward, feet are about that 4 to 6 inches apart. Take a breath in, and on an exhale breath, just as if there's a little stool behind you, shift your hips back, right? So I want you to shift your hips back instead of bending all in your knees straight down. That's a little bit easier on the knee joint. Good. And then press down into your toes and slowly straighten. Come back to a nice straight, tall body. Take a big breath in again and exhale. One more chair pose. So we're basically reaching our hips back instead of coming straight down and our knees bending forward, right? We're reaching those hips back and relaxing them towards the floor. Good. And then press into the toes and slowly come back up. So this chair pose really helps with that lower body strengthening, right? From your pelvis all the way down your legs to your ankles and your feet. Okay, so sliding over to the right side of our chair just for our balance pose before we take a seat. Good. We're going to bring those feet to that hip distance apart. Glide your weight over to that left leg and bend your right toe. Bring your right hand onto your hip. Good. And then press, really engage the standing leg, lift your kneecap up. Don't lock your knee back, but just lift your kneecap up and hug all those muscles to your bone. And then maybe you float your right foot up. Yes, knee in front of you. Good. And let's just do you can't see my foot very well, but do a nice rotation, slow rotation in one direction with that foot, and then rotate other direction. Good. Relax the foot and just rock that lower leg forward and back. Again, getting into our nice knee health here. And then if it's comfortable for you, you're going to straighten that leg and rotate at your hip, the whole leg, forward and back, forward and back. Good. And come back to center. I won't make you do the figure 8 today. I'm being kind because it's hot. Okay. Same thing on this side. So the first order of business is sliding that weight into that right leg and bending the left knee, right? And again, tendency here is to just dump your body down into that standing leg, but we want to have a nice tall spine. We want to engage your thigh and your hamstring and lift your kneecap up and get a nice, strong leg, and then lift that left knee. Good. Hand on the left hip, and we're going to rotate the left toes one direction and then other direction. Good. And then rock that lower leg forward and back. So we're really working our thigh here because that knee is forward, right? And now whole leg here, back and forth, just however is comfortable. Try to feel that motion in the hip joint. Again, whenever we do weightless movement of our joints, that gets this what's called synovial fluid moving around in the joint, makes it a little bit healthier. And relax. Good. All right, so we're going to make our way to the front of our chair, and we're actually going to have a seat right at the front of our chair. So again, this is our fall prevention, our stability pose of the day. And it's, for me, challenging. So we're going to start at the front of our chair, right? And basically what we're going to do is we're going to be standing up and sitting down, right? And the sitting down part is the challenge because we don't want to just plop down. We want to control it, right? And again, this helps us with strength from our waist down, basically hips, our pelvis, our legs strengthening. And it's really something nice to practice. So here's the key is we're going to try as little as possible to use our hands, right? So the hands can either be on the thighs or just hanging down alongside your legs. And basically what we're going to be doing is moving our body forward and slowly standing up. And then we're going to do the same thing, and we're going to slowly control sit down, right? So if we're going to just try one or two, and if at any point in time this does not feel good on your knees or your body, then I will cue you to do this pose just staying seated, okay? So we'll begin with, and again, if you need to use your hands a little bit, we just don't want all the weight into your hands, right? So on an inhale breath, it's easiest if you move forward a little bit, press into your feet and stand up. Good. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, shift your hips back, bodies forward, pressing into those feet, and have a seat. Good. All right. Inhale, body comes forward, press into your feet and stand. And exhale, slowly drop those hips and drop your hips onto the chair. All right. So if this is uncomfortable in your knees, if there's any issues, so for those of you that this is easy and there's no discomfort, do a couple more. Just stand and sit. If you're staying seated, just having the intention and engaging the muscles to imagine that you're standing and imagine that you're sitting. You can even close your eyes there, right? So we're all going to do it at our own pace, just a couple more. Leaning forward, press really into those feet. Use your feet. Good. And sit. I'm going to do one more. And sit. Are you all getting mad at me now? One more. Yeah. All right. So it's recommended that we try to do 8 to 10 of these a day, right? And if you did 1 or 2 and you're like, okay, I am done, that's amazing that you did 1 or 2. And each day, so how many times do we get up and sit down during the course of the day? So when you do it, just do it mindfully, right? Do it nice and mindfully. And again, try not to use too much of your arm strength, and that will help this low body strength. So really nice job, everybody. Good job. Okay, so little break here. You were still at the front of our chair. We're going to bring our legs out wide. Good. And maybe try to bring them out as wide as is possibly comfortable on your body. Double checking in and making sure that your knees are right above your ankles and your heels. You can't see my feet here, right? And if that's not the case, then draw your heels a little more forward. So try to have that alignment. Good. And now we're going to have a nice straight upper body here. We're just going to rotate at our hips. We're going to do some nice big circles. So we're going to start with big breath in, and as you exhale, press your belly forward and your chest forward. And keep the head above the shoulders. Don't drop your head. Good. And then rotate your body over to the right. And you can use your hands and your feet here. And then inhale, bring your body back around a little bit. Then exhale over to the left and forward. And again, big tendency here. So continue at your own pace. You can start with nice small circles. You can hang on to your knees for leverage as you go back. Yeah. And again, maybe close your eyes and feel what's going on in your body and feel where you're feeling the nice stretch and the movement in your body, right? Make sure that your head doesn't start playing into it and rotating and moving around, right? We want this to come from our torso and our hips. Good. And then the next time that your body floats forward, you'll just pause. And then inhale, go to the opposite direction. For me, that's the left, right? So again, imagine that your spine is staying completely straight up and down, and you're just rotating on an axis, and almost all of that motion is coming from your hips. Nice big circles. Good. And this is also something really nice for you to do each day. Next time your body comes forward, pause, press down into your feet, and slowly bring your body straight back up. Good. And then toe, heel, your feet back to that hip distance apart. Okay, let's just squeeze out a little bit more totsins here. So we're going to take your right leg and either cross your right ankle in front of your right leg, or you can cross your right leg over your left leg. So either legs crossed or ankles crossed. Good. Nice tall spine. I know I sound like a broken record, but our spine, when our spine is not nice and tall, you can even look at me here, we tend to sit like this. And what is that doing with our diaphragm? It's squeezing it so that it can't move, right? So that's why a nice tall spine, by simply rolling your shoulders back, gives all that space for that diaphragm to reach up and spread out as you breathe in and breathe out. Okay, arms float forward. I'm going to drop the right hand a little below the left and cross up as high as you can. And now we're going to grab onto the back of our shoulder blades. We're a little bit warmed up here from our breath of joy. Crawl your hands back, lift your elbows up. If you want to go into full eagle arms, if you know what that is, that's that or that, you can do that. I'm not going to cue it. Take a big breath in, lift the chest, lift the gaze, look up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, here we go with a forward fold. So just bow your body forward. Relax your elbows onto your chest. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, squeeze your legs together and squeeze your arms like you're giving yourself a big hug. If you're in full eagle, you can still do this, squeezing your arms together. Yeah, and continue to breathe as you continue to squeeze. All right, big breath in, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the legs together, squeeze the arms together. One more breath in. And as you breathe out, squeeze everything a little bit tighter. Give it your all. And exhale, relax. Press into your left foot to slowly float your head back up. Lift your elbows up. And then start to uncross your arms. Yeah, so many things still in bloom. I have a big catalpa tree that I'm looking at right now, and all the little white flowers are starting to bloom open. That's what we are, beautiful flowers on this earth, sending beautiful energy, yeah, and uncross. That's what yoga does. It helps us to become yogis as a part of the whole, and we're sending out good vibrations, right? Was that a Beach Boys? I'm sending out good vibrations. You do not want to hear me sing. All right, other side. Cross left ankle in front of right or left leg over right. Now, same thing with our spine. Nice tall spine, reach those shoulders back, float the arms forward. Good, and now we're gonna drop left hand below, opposite arm is on top, palms in, grab the shoulders. Here, we're gonna try to crawl your fingers as far back onto your back shoulder blades as you can to get a little tighter hug, right? And if you wanna do the eagle arms, that's only if you're crossed on the as far as above your upper arms, yeah. All right, so inhale, lift the chin, lift the elbows, and as you exhale, relax your elbows down onto your chest, send your body forward however it feels comfortable. And now we're gonna squeeze. Take a nice big breath in. As you exhale, squeeze your arms together, squeeze your legs together. This time we'll even lift our pelvic floor muscles up, even squeeze that anal sphincter muscle up. Squeeze all of your pelvic floor, your legs, your arms, your whole body. We're squeezing it as if we want to just squeeze out any of the toxins that are built up, any of the fluid that's built up in our lymphatic system. Squeeze, 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 squeeze a little tighter. And then as you exhale, relax everything. Yeah, it feels so nice to have that tension and that relaxation. Press into your right foot, slowly lift your head back up, float your elbows up, and just keep bringing your arms up until they start to unfold naturally. And then reach up. Yeah, just make this a nice stretch, final reaching up towards the sky here. And exhale, slowly float the arms down towards the floor, nice and relaxed, and uncross the legs. Nice. Okay. All right, we're gonna lean our body forward. You're gonna scoot your hips all the way to the very back of your chair. Try to get them as far back as you can, and then come up. That just helps us to keep a nice, comfortable, tall spine. If your hips are forward and your back is leaned up against a chair, what'll happen is a tendency will collapse into that diaphragm area, right? So when our hips are all the way back, we're just able to sit nice and comfortably. All right, so I'm gonna just send our eyes closed, just slowly float the eyes closed. And just come into this space for this final few minutes, actually 10 minutes. We're just going to practice our relaxation. The whole point of what we just did is to relax. Feel that deep relaxation. And when we relax the body, the mind tends to follow, right? So eyes are closed, right? Spine is straight, but not rigid. The spine is nice and comfortably straight. And the body's just relaxed and loose. Good. And then take a nice slow breath in, maybe for the count of 4 or 5. Just pause the breath at the top and slowly exhale. Again, this is in and out of your nose if that's available to you. And as you slowly exhale, just notice the body begin to relax. 2 more. Breathing in for maybe 3, 4, 5. And breathe out at your own pace. Feel the body relax and soften as you breathe out. And on your next exhale breath, relax the body. So your hands, your palms are either laying palms down on your sides, or you can float your palms up, relaxing the fingers. So you decide today, your body will tell you what it needs. Palms up is, I need more energy today. Palms down is, I need to shut my mind off and I need to relax today. Yeah. And then go ahead and feel the entire weight of your body on your chair. Just let it all go. Relax any tension. Notice if you have any discomforts in your body. Yeah, every day is different if you notice. Every day is different. So just be with your discomforts. And wherever you do have, if you do, take a breath in right into that area that is tight or stiff or uncomfortable. Breathe all your oxygen right into that spot. And exhale and feel it relax. Yeah, and if you have more than one spot, do that again on another area of your body. So breathing slowly into that space that is not feeling 100% today. And slowly as you breathe out, imagine that discomfort or that area just relaxing, softening. Relax your head and your neck. Feel your shoulders just relaxing towards the floor. Arms are relaxed, hands, even your fingers. Feel your lungs relax. Feel your diaphragm relax, even though it's still working for you. Feel your belly relax. The back of your shoulders, middle back, and your lower back. Feel your hips relaxed, your thighs, knees, lower legs, feet, toes. And take a gentle breath in through your nose, it's available. And as you slowly exhale, feel your entire body becoming completely still for at least 3 minutes. Body is as still as is comfortable. Let go of all of your efforts. Let go of all the control that we try to hang on to. Give it up to something big out there, the universe, God, whatever it is. Bring your awareness to your thoughts, your thinking mind, if any. And take a nice slow breath in again through your nose. And as you exhale, just imagine your thoughts, your thinking mind, just dropping down into your heart. Just let it rest there. For the head thinks and the heart feels, and they cannot operate at the same time. So leave your mind into your heart. Let it rest. And just be in harmony with your mind, your thoughts, and your body. And for the next minute or two, just be here, relaxing, and just letting the world do what it does, just letting the world be. And just taking this last few minutes to bring a smile to your face and manifest a sense of safety and gratitude and love in your heart. For that is what every human being has. They are love and they are peace. That is our true nature. So sending that out into the world. Become aware of how you feel. And slowly become aware of your mind. And maybe you allowed the mind, and maybe the mind allowed you to just shut it off for a few minutes. Doesn't take much. Notice the air coming in and out of your nose. Knowing that this whole system is working so beautifully for you. The breath goes in, it gets filtered and warmed. Diaphragm drops, fills your lungs with oxygen. Oxygen through your body, and your exhale breath pushes out all the stale oxygen you no longer need. What a gift. And slowly begin to deepen your breath. A little bit longer breath, but just remaining comfortable and relaxed. And now, having had your body still, gently begin to wiggle your toes and wiggle your fingers. And maybe start to rock your body side to side, just like a little tick-tock clock, pendulum clock. Inhaling to one side, exhaling to the other. And slowly waking our body back up. And then bringing your body back to the center. And take a little bit deeper breath in and feel the belly drop and expand And as you exhale, feel that diaphragm. Imagine it pushing up, releasing all the stale air. Bringing a little smile to your face. Gently bring your hands into prayer position, palms together, eyes remain closed, body remains relaxed. Rest your thumbs onto that beautiful heart. Yeah. Spending most of our time in our heart during the course of the day will heal yourself and the earth. Take a nice big breath in, feel your heart rise and fill. And as you exhale, relax your forehead towards your fingertips. Feel your neck relax, your shoulders soften. I'm closing practice today with just this reminder about anxiety. So our anxiety does not come from thinking about the future, but it's from wanting to control what happens in the future. Yeah, I'm just reminding ourselves that we have control of almost nothing. So let it be. When you feel ready and complete and at your own pace, gently begin to flutter the eyes open. Just let the light in slowly as you lift your head. Thank you all for coming and taking care of yourself today. And just remember this week, if you can, to practice breathing through your nose. Yeah. And slowly, because it helps you to slow it down. So that's one thing to try to remember. And if it's a little bit of a challenge for you, it's a practice. And if you also want to practice your standing and sitting for that nice strength training for your lower body, 2 thumbs up for that. Thank you, everybody. Namaste. I will unmute you here.